Hey everybody.
You got the camera wrong.
Oh. Hey everybody. We're out here at Wallow Hollow on a gravel road. Today we're doing a fit check. Jesse's wearing a Wahoo shirt. Just kidding. What are we doing?
We're gonna do...
Is this car turning? That guy almost ran us over because we're standing in the middle of the road.
We're a nuisance. There you go.
Oh, car keys.
Trail boss.
We're doing the most anticipated video of the year.
Yeah, one of them maybe.
What do we have today?
So we're doing Enve
Mog.
versus Drop Bar World Cup.
It's like a mountain bike except a gravel bike.
Yeah. We're gonna see which one does better.
At what?
Gravel.
Because that's a gravel bike.
We have some Burt on Burt violence.
Same tires.
This
That's very, very important.
These ones are bigger, so it disadvantaged the mountain bike.
Or did it advantage it?
I think it advantaged it.
So this tire's bigger because it won't fit on this bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking, Trey said I had to make a prediction.
Yeah, you have to guess which one wins.
I think this one's gonna win.
It's a bold statement.
It's really bold, because this one's way more aero, but like, yeah.
That one's quick weight. What do you think that one weighs? 17-ish?
We weighed this one, so it was like 17.
17 and like 22?
23, I think, with the dropper.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
What's our road like besides gravel? It is gravel.
So this road has like a really nice flat segment that then transitions to like a really, really rutted out, like a lot of brake bumps hill. And then you kind of go on a gradual climb and it points right up again. So we're gonna get some different flavors of climbing in this. There's 3 different climbing sections. There's the really jagged one, there's the kind of gradual one, and then there's also kind of like a smooth, steep, short one. So we're gonna kind of hit all 3 different kinds of gravel climb in this. So yeah, because obviously the full suspension bike's probably faster on the jagged one. It might not be.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
And so that's all one segment, right?
Yeah.
The flat and then uphill, but I think you should lap it at the bottom of the climb in the exact same spot every time so we get the difference in the speeds on the flat and then on the climb.
Won't Strava do that?
I think you should press the lap button.
You're gonna have to help me set up this Wahoo then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
How many watts are you gonna pedal at?
Well, so Trey kind of set the precedent for 300.
So that's the goal.
That's the goal.
I told Jesse he should pedal less because it's gravel, and for gravel races that are long, most people don't pedal at 300 watts, but Jesse just wants to go fast, I guess.
You know, I'm feeling like it's more interesting that way.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of speed. First, we're gonna do the World Cup, looks like, and you're gonna give it the beans.
400 watts.
400 beans. Okay, so Jesse just did the first 2 runs on the World Cup.
Yeah, we're doing 4 runs.
4 runs total, because these are a lot longer than the ones like I do on the road bike. This is a pretty long segment.
It's like a 2-mile thing I'm doing, so we're doing 4 2-mile efforts.
How long did those take? Like 8 to 10 minutes each?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty long because of the climb. But normally what I do is set up my Garmin to have average lap watts. So at the start of each one, I press lap and it tells me how many watts I did for that lap. But we set up Jesse's and it's average ride watts. So
oopsies.
we messed up.
So I literally just freeballed it. I was like, I'm just gonna try my best to be even.
So we don't know what's going to happen. So Jesse just kind of like pedaled hard on this bike, and he's just going to pedal hard on that bike, and we'll just have to look and see what happens.
To be fair, I did try. Like I was like, okay, 280 to 320 was like my. I tried my best, just like going off of feel. And to be honest with you, holding wattage on gravel is actually pretty challenging, which I just learned.
It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah. This bike made it easier just due to the full suspension. You can kind of just float over everything. I will say conditions today on this road favor the Mog heavily.
It's dry.
And the bumps are gone. So like normally these hills have tons of crappy brake bumps in them, and it's not super bad today. So I have a feeling the Mog's gonna outshine. What I'm interested in is how close the World Cup gets to the Mog now, because the Mog can't mountain bike like the World Cup can. Like we all know that this bike's gonna be better on anything rugged. And so like if this bike can roll on this smooth pavement just about as close to as fast as
gravel,
the Mog, smooth surface.
There's still some chunk out there. It's
there
not
is.
The smoothest gravel
Yeah.
road. I rode up just that little hill on your bike when you were gone.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
It's got really wide handlebars.
Yeah, aerodynamically, I'm running like 44s, so really aero.
Really aero. Do you want to do it again?
I can.
Do you want to do it more times just for fun? Was that harder than you thought it would be?
Does this count as my workout?
Yeah, you're good to go. If you need coaching, hit me up.
We haven't announced this yet, but Trey's gonna launch his coaching soon, and you can sign up. We don't know when, but it sounds like if he's talking about it, it sounds like it's gonna happen soon.
Hit me up and I'll get you on the plan.
Yo, I like this bike.
Yeah, it's a great bike.
This is a good bike. I definitely, even with these tires, you can feel the difference not having the suspension. Like, even on that smooth road, like.
You can feel it in a good way or a bad way?
No, it's bad.
You like the suspension?
Oh yeah, the suspension has so many benefits.
It works.
This bike won, but.
Yeah, we'll see.
The suspension, I think, is going to be faster than slower, you know, like it's not going to be.
Regardless of which bike won, there's something to be said for how good this bike looks.
That's like.
This is such a good looking bike.
To be fair, that's the reason I like this bike. Like, you know, like as I'm riding this bike, all that's happening is like I'm bouncing on the seat.
Yeah.
And I think that's because I'm so used to riding full suspension bikes. It might be like a cadence problem for me.
That could be.
I was trying to think about why. The reason I think this bike won is because it just picked up speed so much, it accelerated so much faster. There's a tractor, 1 second.
That was like a really big Mr. Choppy.
Like after you would crest the top of there's like 3 little climbs on that section, it would basically just be completely smooth. And this bike would immediately like accelerate to like 27 miles an hour. And I couldn't even make it go 300 watts. It was like 270 watts, but it was still going like 27 miles an hour. So I was basically spinning out and not even able to hit 300 watts. And I don't remember being able to do that on the drop bar.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Especially since that has a 48 tooth and your drop bar hardtail or full suspension has a 38 tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was like spinning out. Let me rephrase that. It like I couldn't pedal any faster or I already crashed.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wasn't spinning out, but it was like if I push it any further, like I'm not gonna make the turn that's like happening.
So this one was just going faster.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, but in the climbing, I'd much rather climb on that bike.
Yeah.
Like way more comfortable. Felt like it was just as fast, if not faster, especially on the steep climb. That bike is, I think, faster, even if this beats it. I'd rather climb 10,000 feet on that bike than this bike for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the times and see what happened.
Yeah, we'll have to stop
Do you think
speculating.
it's useless data, or you think it's good?
I think that it's going to be data that people make mean comments about.
No, be nice to us, please.
But I do think it's going to be data that we can learn something from.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I definitely
Cool.
just, like I said, I just freeballed it, just tried my best to get a close data point. And I'm now understanding like what that was about. Even if I had the average, I don't think it would have, I don't think I would have been able to keep it.
This was a hard road to do it on.
Yeah.
Like, there's steep climbs, descents, a lot of turns.
And there's like one turn that you have to like brake check on or
Yeah.
you'll like blow it.
But I think this is a good road to test gravel bikes on, because this is what gravel racing is like.
I think for gravel testing, the best we can, depending on the schedule, like I'd like to do all of the testing on this going forward
Yeah.
for these kind of bikes. And I'm not saying that we're going to compare them over the course of time accurately, but we will compare them over the course of time. That way we can like look back like at the time that this bike did today, maybe versus the second generation Mog in the
What
future.
what if bikes like in 5 years go like a minute faster or something crazy
Well,
like
then
that?
we'll have some really cool data. That's what I'm trying to say is like if we just keep this road in rotation, like I think that'll be really cool.
Yeah. Whoa, that's a thing.
Buy stuff from
Buy
us.
that helmet from thebicyclestation.com. Probably not that one, because it looks like it's been used.
I use this helmet a lot.
Or if you want a Mog, hit us up.
Yeah,
Or if you want a World Cup, we have a couple of them. Medium, Pro, in stock
have
now. Yeah.
the other one got bought. Please reach out. We will help you. Like we've brokered lots of bike sales over the internet now and feel good about doing it, you know. You guys should buy a Mog. This is an awesome bike. Like
I love it. It looks so good. I might have to try it after you and,
Yeah, you can take
and
it.
compare it to the Crux.
I love that idea. Yeah.
I think that's a good video.
Yeah. I just bought an Aspero, new Cervelo Aspero, so we're gonna do content with that coming up, and then also a secret bike that I have coming in the mail that will do another gravel bike that I'll make some content about.
Sweet. Let's dive into the results. Fit check, day 2. Jesse's wearing jeans and a shirt.
We've spent all night crunching numbers to bring you the results.
How many numbers was there?
We'll link the rides in the description too, but I created 3 different segments for this, and there's also a 4th segment that was already out there that I wanted to also talk about. So we now have Wallow Hollow full test segment, flat test segment, and hill test segment.
We averaged everything out into time and power. Let's talk about the flat segment, which was the first part of like the overall segment Jesse did. What were the results? What did the World Cup do?
436, 307 watts,
And the Mog did.
428 at 304 watts.
How much of a difference is that?
8 seconds.
8 seconds on the flat segment.
Which
So the Mog was 8 seconds faster.
on the flat segment.
Okay. Let's climb.
Let's climb.
The World Cup was 5:59 at 307, 5:47 at 301.
So 12 seconds
Yeah,
faster.
and I was going harder on this bike
Yeah.
both times.
So which bike won?
The Mog.
The Mog,
How much did the Mog win by overall?
for the full segment,
Yeah, we averaged.
we did do a full segment because the climb and the flat segment kind of like overlapped.
just a little bit
So overall average, the Mog was 14 seconds faster
over the 10-minute course.
over a 10-minute thing,
Which
which is 2 miles. So
Yeah.
if you do a 100-mile gravel race, that's like way more than 14 seconds. But
Well, okay,
I-
so what's 50 times 14?
we're not. I'm
That's,
so.
I'm not mathing that.
But I think he's mathing.
he's doing the math, but I can talk about Wallow
It's
Hollow.
7 minutes over a 100-mile course.
7 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. It's not a lot of time.
So
over
this bike's
100
7
miles.
minutes.
And that's on
Faster.
a relatively calm gravel road, no trail segments, like nothing wild. It's just like a normal Indiana gravel road that has a long climb on it.
And I just wanted to give some context to this theoretical gravel race. So if you take our 2-mile segment, it's about 250 feet of climbing. So if you climb 250 feet every 2 miles for 100 miles, it would be like a 12,000 foot gravel race.
Like Leadville.
Yeah, I mean, so I think the bike's weight definitely hurts it in this situation.
For the World Cup, right?
Yeah, the cupper. I will say though, like what we're not really talking about in this data is how much faster downhill would this bike be versus that bike.
It has a dropper, so you're definitely gonna have more control, and it has suspension, so maybe you could go faster.
You
'cause
can
you're
get
not
low.
gonna be scared.
You can get low and be comfortable.
You can get low and arrow.
My opinion is that this bike wins.
Not from data, that's just like
I
Jesse's
saw this coming.
opinion.
So I think for almost all gravel races, I would choose the Mog because it's obviously faster.
Me
Data
too.
says so. But the caveat is this bike could descend faster if you're good at descending, I guess. And the other caveat is that this one has suspension, so after like 80 miles, you're not gonna feel as beaten up, and you might be fresher like the last 2 hours of a race. So maybe you overall would be faster on this bike. I don't know.
That's why I'm saying it. I think that just the fact that this bike was so close to that bike, obviously this bike is faster, especially in the segment we did it on. But the fact that this bike is within spitting distance of that bike, I think is pretty crazy.
That is true.
Yeah, that's
It's-
why
it's not like super slow.
I've proven that it's pretty fast now, I think, because I think the Mog is universally, like, people accept that this is a fast gravel bike. And we've now done some sciencey stuff and tried to figure out, like, how much faster. And 14 seconds average over our 2-mile test course, you know, that is a lot, but it's not really a lot. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
I think everyone went into this knowing that the Drop Bar World Cup was always going to win Jesse's heart.
Yeah. Jesse tried to skew the data so hard, and we didn't let him.
That's
He
why we
wanted-
have. This
he
is why we
wanted
have
the-
Trey.
Jesse wanted the World Cup to win so bad.
He was trying to justify to us all this morning that the World Cup, it was 10 seconds slower, but it won. So it won. This is why we have Trey.
Science.
Well, like, if somebody do math and make this bike weigh 18 pounds theoretically, and then redo the number crunching, because like I think if this bike weighed the same as that bike, it would be faster, right?
I think we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the next phase of this test.
Making the fastest gravel bike for real.
For realsies.
Yeah. This
'Cause-
was a fun test. I don't know.
I think it was really fun. I like the test route, and like I definitely riding them back to back is cool because you can actually like feel the difference in it. I personally could not ride this bike as long at that high of power as I could this bike. I've already proven, like, I've already ridden this bike 200 miles on a gravel race, so as the distance and the ruggedness goes up, this bike is more and more advantaged than this bike. As the courses get easier, though, I wonder if a faster gravel bike would beat it out. Maybe we'll find out in an upcoming video. We might have talked about some of the bikes that we're going to get in.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
We don't really
We
know.
got some cool stuff coming. If you didn't like the way we did this test, please let us know, because I know people aren't going to like it.
This is gonna cause a riot.
Yeah, but it's just for fun. That's what
Ruckus.
we always say. It's just for fun, right?
If you guys create our comment ruckus, it just helps us, so please do that.
Yeah,
Create a ruckus just for fun.
yeah, just for fun.
And buy stuff
From
from thebicyclestation.com.
And join the collective. It's open now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's legit open. We talked about that in the last video. We'll have a link below for that too.
Cool. What else?
That's it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.